Welcome to the Straight to Jail podcast, written and produced by Brian Herring. Chapter 13, The Velvet Den. The next night came faster than any of them wanted. Johnny, Kyle, and Tony met back at the garage, all three of them cleaned up and dressed like they belonged in an upscale club. Johnny wore a dark suit that fit like a second skin, his Glock carefully concealed under his jacket. Kyle looked sharp despite his grumbling, his trademark sunglasses perched firmly on his nose. A habit Johnny couldn't help but notice. At this rate, people were bound to start asking questions if word got around that Kyle never took the damn things off. Meanwhile, Tony wore his confidence as loudly as his pinstripe suit, complete with a matching pocket square.
"You look ridiculous,"
Kyle scoffed as he adjusted his cuffs.
"You look like a kid playing dress-up in his dad's Sunday best. All you're missing is the oversized shoes and a clip-on tie."
Tony beamed.
Ridiculous? Nah, it is a style. You wouldn't know class if it kicked you in the teeth.
"This isn't a fashion show,"
Johnny said, pulling the car into a dim lot a block away from the Velvet Den. The club loomed ahead of them, glowing neon cutting through the night like a beacon.
"Everyone remember the plan?" "Carl, for God's sake, lose the sunglasses at some point. You already look like someone kicked you in the teeth. No need to start raising eyebrows about why you're always wearing those damn things."
Yeah. Blend in, don't shoot anybody unless we have to, and find their guy running the operation.
"And don't blow our cover."
Johnny added, staring pointedly at both of them.
"Tony, your guy better come through. If he doesn't, this whole thing goes to shit before it even starts."
Tony raised his hands defensively, grinning like he had no worries at all.
Relax, man. Eddie's solid. He owes me big time. He'll let us in, no problem.
Why do I feel like Tony's entire life is built on people owing him favors?
Kyle exclaimed, stepping out of the car.
Because it is.
Tony said proudly, shutting his door with a flourish.
Now let's go. We got a club to crash.
The Velvet Den was the polar opposite of Blue Ember. Where Blue Ember was gritty and dark, the Velvet Den was polished and glamorous. Inside, low jazz music played beneath the hum of conversation, and gold fixtures gleamed under soft lighting. Tables were crowded with men in tailored suits and women dressed to the nines, sipping expensive cocktails. Johnny led the way, exuding calm authority as they approached the front. Tony followed close behind, his swagger dialed up to 11. Kyle trailed them, tugging at his tie and muttering under his breath. At the entrance, a thick-necked bouncer with arms like tree trunks stepped forward to block them. His expression was pure suspicion.
Invitation.
The bouncer growled, looking them over. Tony stepped up, flashing a wide grin.
"Tell Eddie that Tony's here to collect."
The bouncer didn't move. He stared Tony down, his silence stretching long enough to make Kyle shift uncomfortably. Finally, the bouncer sighed and turned toward the door. He gave a nod to someone inside, and after a tense moment, the red velvet rope was lifted.
You are lucky Eddie likes you.
The bouncer muttered, glaring at Tony.
Everybody likes me.
Tony replied with a wink, brushing past him. Johnny shot Tony a warning look but said nothing as they moved inside. Once inside, they split up, just as planned. Johnny drifted toward the bar, keeping an eye on the room while nursing a glass of water he didn't plan to drink. Tony disappeared into the crowd, mingling and flashing his charm with the ease of someone who belonged there. Kyle, meanwhile, found a spot near the corner, pretending to admire the decor while scanning faces. Everything was going smoothly, until Kyle decided it wasn't. Johnny had been about to check in when he heard it. A loud clatter followed by a collective gasp from nearby tables. He whipped his head toward the center of the room just in time to see Kyle standing on a chair, tapping his glass with a fork as if he were about to give a wedding toast.
"Ladies and gentlemen,"
Kyle shouted, his voice cutting through the soft jazz and chatter like a chainsaw through silk.
"I just want to say, this gin and tonic tastes like piss out of a garden hose. Who the hell runs this joint? Somebody get me the goddamn manager before I start throwing chairs."
The entire club turned to stare at him. Tony's voice exploded in Johnny's earpiece.
"What the hell is he doing?"
"I don't know,"
Johnny hissed, forcing himself to stay calm. Kyle was grinning like an idiot, completely oblivious to the heat he was drawing. A bouncer was already pushing his way toward him, looking ready to strangle someone.
"Kyle,
Sit your ass down.
Johnny barked into his mic.
Relax.
Kyle replied cheerfully, still waving his glass in the air.
I'm blending in. Rich assholes do this all the time, right?
Tony's groan came through the comms.
He's gonna get us all killed.
Johnny didn't wait. He cut across the room, moving fast but smooth, grabbing Kyle's arm just as the bouncer arrived.
Sorry about my friend.
Johnny said, flashing an apologetic smile at the bouncer.
Too many drinks, not enough manners. I'll handle him.
The bouncer glared at Kyle, who gave a dopey smile and a thumbs up.
Yeah, sorry. Bad gin. Real tragedy.
Sit down before I break your neck.
Johnny growled under his breath, dragging Kyle back to a nearby booth. As soon as they sat, Johnny leaned in close.
What the hell was that?
Just trying to keep it lively.
Kyle said, shrugging.
Besides, no one suspects the drunk idiot.
You are...
Drunk idiot.
Tony chimed in, sliding into the booth with them. He shook his head.
One more stunt like that, and they're gonna throw us all in the dumpster.
But did it work?
Kyle asked, smirking.
Yeah, we got what we came for.
Johnny blinked, realizing that in the chaos, the bodyguards by the boss table had turned to watch Kyle's stunt, giving Tony the perfect window to make his move. Tony grinned, holding up the lockbox under the table.
Don't let it go to your head, Kyle.
Kyle leaned back, hands behind his head.
You're welcome.
Johnny groaned, pinching the bridge of his nose.
Next time, Kyle. Please, just sit still.
The trio quickly exited through the back door, leaving the stunned crowd and furious bouncers behind as chaos erupted in their wake.